Good evening. I'm Dr. Todd Dunn. Let me preface what I'm going to talk about tonight by saying I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just a run-of-the-mill PhD with a degree in geochemistry and physical inorganic chemistry. And I'm also a retired university professor. Tonight, July 18th, 2017, I'm sitting aboard my 1936 motor yacht Tortuga because it's a nice, relaxing place to go, and I want to talk about where I want to take my chronic lymphocytic leukemia video series over the next couple of months. There are two major areas. One area is a continuation of what I've been doing, which is making videos about the disease to try and explain various aspects of the disease to people who have CLL. In that respect, I'm going to be making a video about Richters Transformations, the sort of monster under the bed of CLL, or hiding in the closet. And I'm in the middle right now of researching Richters Transformations, which means I'm reading lots of scientific papers about Richters and pulling it all together. And in a month or so, I think I'll have it put together well enough to make a nice video about the subject that hopefully will educate people a little bit about what a Richters transformation is, what the prospects of having a Richters transformation are based on your genetics and other markers, and what the prognosis for a Richters transformation is. The other area is a real change of gear from what I've been doing. And that is, I just ordered a microscope from Amazon. It's a biological microscope, and it includes a digital camera so that I can make videos and take pictures of what I'm looking at with the microscope. So what am I going to look at? Well, I'm a CLL patient, so naturally I'm going to look at blood. So what I intend to do is make several videos in which I talk about blood. Probably the first one will simply be looking at a blood smear, and I happen to have a handy source of CLL blood right here, and I'll be making a video about blood in which I'm going to show you the different components of blood that I presented in verbal form in my earlier video on what is blood. So hopefully when you can actually see what a B cell looks like, what a neutrophil looks like, what a red cell looks like, what a platelet looks like, what a smudge cell looks like, hopefully that will make all of the stuff that you see in your CBC blood test results make just a little bit more sense to you. At least that's the goal. Okay, so what's my background that I'm able to do this? Well, I'm not a biologist, but as part of my career as a university professor, I spent 20 years teaching students at the university how to use a microscope. Admittedly, we were looking at inorganic materials, metal, rocks, etc. But the principles of microscopy are pretty much the same. And in fact, the methodology that I taught was a bit more complex than biological microscopy. But I'm pretty good, if I do say so myself, with a microscope. And I've got quite a few books that show pictures of what the cells look like, and I've also looked at some videos online about microscopy of blood. So I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to explain what we're looking at in a clear way and hopefully educate some people a little bit about what blood from a CLL patient looks like. So we're going to start out by just looking at blood, the different components of blood, what they actually look like under the microscope for a patient who has CLL. I'm going to show you how to make a blood smear and how to do a manual white cell differential. And finally, as soon as the last component that I've ordered, a hemocytometer, arrives, we'll actually be doing blood counts on my blood. I hope that you'll watch my videos and that they'll be informative to you and will give you a better idea about just what your blood test results mean and what your blood actually looks like. And hopefully also reassure you a little bit about what a high white count really looks like under the microscope. Just how many white cells are there in your blood? How much of your blood do they make up? I can tell you numerically, but seeing it under the microscope will, I think, bring home the relative abundances of the different blood cells a lot more concretely than just being told numbers. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you liked this, give me the old thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down, but please comment and say what you didn't like about it, because I can't improve it if you don't give me feedback. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and have a good evening.